The month, but some big things that were core memories this month are we're so proud of Penelope and the month. Let's see if this worked. I kind of got a new job. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to my July monthly reset. Getting into this reset, I am really excited to share with you guys some big life updates actually. One big life update that will come in my reflection very soon. And also just to go through the norm. You know, there's the segments of these videos that repeat every month. We love that consistency. I hope you guys love that consistency in your life too, where we have my reflection, my goal setting, and then my content corner at the very end. I read 6 books this month, so there's a lot to discuss. But we'll get to that at the end. And then you guys know at the middle of these videos, I change up month to month. This month, we're gonna be doing a little bit of a mid-year reset. I thought about dedicating a whole video to this, and then I was like, you know what? We're just gonna put it in my July reset. So basically, my mid-year reset is looking like things that I've been putting off that I know I need to do, like changing out my shower curtain, cleaning out my washing machine, putting those clothes that have been sitting in the corner of my closet up on Poshmark because I want to sell them. All of those little things that, you know, you just push off, and I've been pushing off some of these things for half the year. So I figured it's the perfect time to do them. Also be on the lookout because I know I didn't do a budget with me last month, but they are coming back this month, and I'm also going to do like a financial mid-year reset in that video. So that will be coming in a week or so. So make sure to subscribe if you're not already, if you love this kind of content, personal development, lifestyle, self-improvement, getting our life together type of videos. But I also love sharing vlogs of my life here in Nashville, just figuring stuff out in my 20s, and also being a full-time content creator and small business owner. As always, I am using my daily planner. I will have all the colors linked below. This is our newest color for summer. Kind of matches me. You guys know my favorite color is light blue. So I was really excited about this one. This is the color Sky, and I added in the pearl tabs here. It was actually so nice and easy when I was planning out my month and like to flip back to my June goals. And then when I was writing out my July goals, I just like flipped right over here. So it was so easy to use the tabs, and I really enjoyed that. I will have a link for this below, maybe even a coupon code that is exclusive to this video only. So if you guys are needing a new planner for the second half of the year, this one's perfect because it's 6 months long, undated. So you're gonna start it July 1st or beginning of July, and it'll last you through December. So it's seriously the perfect time to grab a new planner as part of your mid-year reset. Give yourself some motivation, give yourself that spark to get things in order, to manage your time, to feel productive, do what you wanna do what you love, and this planner, I promise, will help you. I'm also gonna put the pages up here on the screen so you can get an idea of what my page in my planner looks like and how I'm filling this out. So I like to start out just thinking overall about the core memories of the month. So what are things that stick out? What are fun events? What are just like my favorite moments from the month, or like big things that happened? So note to self, I need to start writing these core memories down like while they're happening instead of just at the end of the month. But some big things that were core memories this month are, one, CMA Fest, which is every June here in Nashville. It was really fun. I went to one of the Nissan like big concert nights and saw Hardy and Megan Maroney. I got to go to an event where Megan Maroney like performed for this private event. So got to get really close and pretty much almost meet. My friends met Megan Maroney, which was so amazing. I love her. I've loved her for over a year now. So it was super cool to see her a lot that day and just go to some really cool creator influencer events. I feel very honored to be invited to such cool events. The Bachelor, Joey, was at one. I saw him from a distance, as well as, I'm upset about this, one of the events that I went to, I was there at the beginning and then I left. But after I had left, I was there for like almost 2 hours, but after I had left, Jeffree Star had arrived, and I know that he has been problematic on YouTube and back and forth, but I have watched his YouTube channel so much. To me, he's just like such an OG YouTuber that it would have been so cool to meet Jeffree Star. I would have been so intimidated to go up to him, but I would have forced myself to just because I have watched his videos for so long. So anyway, all that to say, CMA Fest, and I just had to rant about how I missed meeting Jeffree Star. The next cool thing was I got to golf at Oakmont Country Club with my family on Father's Day. especially golfing with my grandma, who's just so amazing. She's in her 80s and still golfs every week. So impressive. And I love being able to be out on the course with her, hoping to play more with her over the 4th of July with family. But then also with my dad and my brother, and my mom was there as well. And it was just like a really great family time. And playing Oakmont, if you're not into golf, it is one of the hardest courses. So I was really nervous about it. I did a whole reel and TikTok, so you guys can check that out if you want to see a whole behind the scenes of the day, and took you guys along with me and talked about this. But I was really nervous to play, but it turned out to be a really great time. I kept up with my family, which was all that I was happy for. I didn't even keep score. We weren't worried about that. I was just hoping to like get through the round and not embarrass myself too much in front of the caddies, because I also had never had a caddy before. So it was just a really cool experience overall, and happy I did it. Really proud of myself. And I think it's good to have those little things in your life that are challenging, that you're nervous about, and then you conquer them and you feel so good. Okay, 2 other small random things that are core memories though is, one, planning a Disney trip with my friends. I haven't been to Disney World in about a little over 2 years, and my friends decided we were going to take a trip for our birthdays, because 3 of us, our birthdays are all within like a week of each other in the fall. So we're going to go in the fall to Disney, and we've just been planning this trip. We did a whole like PowerPoint presentation morning where like we made them Disney themed coffees, and me and my roommate Ashley put together this presentation and like gave them like, okay, here's the hotels we can stay at, here's the pricing, here's the flights, here's the park tickets, here's what this is gonna look like. So I love that stuff. Like I was in heaven. And so just thinking about and planning and booking this Disney trip has been really lifting my spirits and just making me so excited. And then the other thing that happened literally last night is so random. You're like, Hannah, why are you talking about sports so much? University of Tennessee won the college baseball World Series. We've never won before. It's a big deal. Tennessee, you know, I love my Vols. I've been a Vol since I was born. I was born in Knoxville area. So you just grow up rooting for the Vols, and in recent years, you know, we haven't been winning a ton really at all. So I watched a lot of the games from actually in Omaha from the College World Series. Watched it last night, was so proud of them, so excited. So that was just a core memory of like, that was my first time ever watching the men's College World Series and everything, but loved watching it because my team, we won. It was great. Okay, so moving on to this month's wins. I actually have a little bit of an update for you guys. I didn't know if I was going to talk about it in this video, but I feel like it just doesn't make sense, because one of the things that I'm most proud of from June and that I'm like excited for, I think it's definitely a win, is I kind of got a new job. And before you're like, Hannah, what the heck? You legit have 2 businesses. What are you doing? So it is being a part-time content creator for a local wellness brand here in Nashville. They sell supplements, protein powders, pre-workouts, greens powders, those kinds of things. And they were looking for a content creator who's based in Nashville, who also has their own brand, to kind of like be the face of their TikTok is what they said. But it's like, basically I'm creating their short form content for them and running their TikTok page. And I'm not going to get into the details of like why I took this job, the process. I kind of want to do like a week in my life of the first week having this job, because I think it's going to be a different transition for me for sure. But I honestly think I had the bandwidth to add it in. And so yeah, I'm excited for this new chapter. It's definitely a new chapter of my life, and I'm going to do a video more detailed on why I decided to choose the job, how it came about, what it's going to look like. But just for you guys, like, don't worry, I am still a full-time YouTuber. I'm still gonna be posting at least one YouTube video a week. I post shorts all the time. I post TikToks all the time, reels, stories, everything. That's really not gonna change. I still have so many new product launches ready to go for Dream Daily, so that's not gonna change. But instead, it's just gonna add like another cool aspect to my content, because now I can relate to you guys on like working, not full-time, but part-time, and just like kind of have that aspect of not just working for myself. So I think it'll be a cool way to showcase a different aspect of life. I'm ready for the challenge and for just something different. I just feel like, as you guys know, with everything in my life, I kind of needed something new and a new challenge, and yeah, just a change. Definitely a win for this month, and I'm excited to share more and bring you guys along on this journey. I really don't have anything written down to improve next month, because honestly, I was really proud of myself just in this month for all the things I accomplished, while also like not being too hard on myself and not getting too stressed. I just feel like June was definitely an improvement from May in that regard, and so I feel good. Now going on to my favorite section, which is the little life balance, where I rate myself 1 out of 5 in all these areas of my life. Okay, so starting with work, I'm giving myself a 5 out of 5. Not only did I have a new launch for my brand, but I got this new job and have just, you know, and did a lot of networking. So 5 out of 5, Hannah, in the work field. Personal though, maybe I'll go down to a 2. Wellness though, another 5. Okay, if there's one thing I did this month, it was work hard on my work and my wellness. You guys know I implemented a new workout routine. I was trying to eat more protein to get 7,000 steps a day. And as you'll see in my goals section, I did a good job at that. So we're giving myself a 5 out of 5. Social, I feel like it was kind of middle of the road. I saw my friends and family a good amount. It wasn't like there was anything crazy. Finances, I'm gonna give myself a 2 because along with the Disney planning and all of that, I've definitely been spending more on some fun entertainment and activities, concert tickets, flights for future trips, you know? So we're just gonna give myself a 2. We'll go into more detail with it in my budget with me. Hobbies though, I am giving myself a 4 because of golf mainly. In the weeks leading up to me playing Oakmont, I knew I wanted to practice and really work on my game so that I could be better. And so I really put my head down and practiced. Not a ton, but a good amount. And so we're giving myself a 4 in hobbies, and I'm really excited to make golf an even bigger hobby in my life moving forward. Okay, that's it for my June reflection. Now let's go into my goal setting. First, we're gonna go over the goals I set in June and set some new goals for July. So my big goals for June were to oh, I'm at the wrong page. One, take time to rest. And like I said, I do think I did that. Along with just like working, I also had some days where I just, you know, took a step back and was like, you know what, it's okay if I'm not pushing myself to the max every day. Things with business, they'll work out. Things with this new job, it'll work out. If it's meant to be, it'll be. Like, that was literally my prayer going into this. I was just like, God, if this new opportunity or these old opportunities are meant to work out, like, let them work out. If not, close the door. I know you'll open another one. And it's crazy, guys, how that's literally what happened. I'm gonna get into it when I go into detail explaining about this new job, but just like a lot of doors closed and then this one opened and I was like, wait, is this why those other doors closed? Like, is this what I'm supposed to be doing next? And I really feel like it is. So anyway, and then we had the Coastal Collection launch, which includes this planner, which was so fun, along with 2 journal shades. I love the imagery and the branding of this launch, and so that was really fun for me. I also wanted to do a summer rebrand series on TikTok, which I've been doing. So, and I've also been posting it to my YouTube shorts, so you can check that out. Little short form content about things I'm doing throughout my week to help me have a little life rebrand this summer as I enter this new chapter. And then for mini goals, I kind of killed it on the mini goals, not gonna lie. Actually, all my goals this month. I wanted to do 7,000 steps a day, and I maybe only missed like 5 days out of the month where I wasn't hitting 7,000 steps. I was really trying to get them in or go for an evening walk if I didn't hit them. And then I also was trying to hit 100 grams of protein a day, which I've gotten around. I'm just gonna give myself the check because, again, it's not been exact every day, but it's been close enough to where I'm like, I have been making it a point to try and eat more protein, and it's been paying off. And then also my workout schedule. I've been getting into running, more workout classes, doing at-home workouts, and strength training. All has been going well. Many goals I really didn't accomplish were posting 2 to 3 TikToks a day. I've been posting a lot on TikTok, but definitely not 2 to 3 a day. I will be posting that probably when I start my new job, because that is my job, is to run their TikTok. But then the other goal is summer bucket list. I think I only checked off like 1 thing off my summer bucket list, maybe 2. So we gotta amp this up in July. And I think with like 4th of July activities and stuff, this will happen. But yeah, we gotta amp it up. Now let's flip over to the goals that I'm setting for July. Let's set some new goals. Obviously, my first big goal is just going to be a successful first month at my new job. I start the 2nd week of July, so right after the 4th of July holiday, I will be getting ready to start, and I'm really excited for it, like I said, and I just want to not set any expectations for myself this first month, just like feel like I have a successful start, get to know people in the office, that kind of thing. Number 2 is because my finances are going to change a bit, because I now have a more steady paycheck and stuff, I want to rework my budgeting plan, which I will do in my budget with me video, so you can look out for that. But I'm going to be putting a lot of the money that I'll be making with this part-time job to paying off my car and student loans. We need to pay off that debt. And so I need to put together like a new little plan on how I'm going to do that. And then a big goal that's fun is I was really proud of myself for reading 6 books this month, and I need to keep that up to stick with my reading goal for the year. So my goal is to read 4 books this month. Mini goals are a mix of wellness and just fun ones. I want to go to a baseball game. I've been meaning to go to a Sounds game here in Nashville. I want to keep doing my 100 grams of protein. I want to try 2 new recipes. Recently, I started 2 new recipes that I have been obsessed with. I'm putting them in a vlog soon. Oh my goodness, changed my life. Like, I'm so excited for lunch now after I film this video because of what I'm making. I also want to do my little mid-year reset items, which we're going to do in this video, and then keep getting 7,000 steps. The rest of this page allows you to actually make a plan for achieving these goals. There's a space to brainstorm your action steps, and then a place to break down your goals into projects and habits. So a lot of these are mainly just like habits and things. One of the main projects is creating a new budget, and then my habits are protein, reading, getting my steps in. All right, so now I'm gonna change into comfier clothes, and we are gonna get to deep cleaning, doing things on our life list that we just have been pushing off. And of course, you don't have to do the same things that I'm doing. I recommend you making a little list of all the things that you feel like you've been pushing off in your life. Maybe it's paying your estimated quarterly taxes, maybe it's setting up a dentist appointment, maybe it's setting up a haircut, like all the things that you know you've been needing to do but you haven't yet. Make a little list and then we can tackle them together. Okay, so let's go over what I'm cleaning in my mid-year reset cleaning checklist. I feel like this is a great time of year to work on cleaning those bigger items or things that kind of get overlooked, like 1, your coffee maker. If you have like a Keurig, an espresso, a Breville, you have to descale your coffee maker every once in a while. I don't know the exact amount of months, but I would say every 6 months. I just got a new coffee maker about 3 months ago, so I feel like I don't need to do this yet, but if you haven't descaled your coffee maker in a while, read your manual on how to do that, take out the parts, clean the parts, all of that. Another one that often gets overlooked, and I didn't even know you had to clean these items till college, like my last year of college or something, and that is your dishwasher and your washing machine. I'm gonna take a look at my dishwasher, but I feel like our dishwasher hasn't had a ton of gunk and buildup, but I have noticed that recently our laundry washing machine is not looking good. There's some grime, there's some dirt, so I am going to clean that for the first time. Also, you can clean out the filters, change your filters. If you have any air purifiers, I'm gonna do that. As well as your shower, do a deep scrub of your shower, your tub, and for me, I also am going to change out my shower curtain and not my shower curtain, my shower liner. Curtain liner. So I thought about buying a new one, but I actually read online that you can try washing it in the washing machine. So I think I'm gonna do that first, and then I'm going to clean the washing machine. Also, take a look in your bathroom. Maybe your bathroom floors need a good mopping. I know mine could go for that. Cleaning your baseboards. That's another one that I feel like people rarely do. I rarely do. So I don't think all of our baseboards needs cleaned, but like certain areas like the kitchen and the bathroom, they get more traffic and that just get dirtier and that collect cat hair, I may wipe down the baseboards. If you want to do a closet clean out, now's a great time to do that, to go through your wardrobe, get rid of clothes that you no longer need and you no longer like. You can sell them, you can take them to Goodwill. Also, cleaning your makeup brushes. I do this every 3 months, I would say. I know you're supposed to do it way more often, but I feel like every 3 months is good enough. If you haven't done that in a while, do that. And also clean your hairbrush. We forget to clean our actual hairbrushes, or you can buy a new one, of course, but I try to make mine last for 6 months to a year, so cleaning it regularly is important. But let me know if I missed anything even then, and comment below what's like your favorite mid-year, once a year to every 6 months cleaning checklist, because it just feels so good to have a clean home. I'm by myself here for the rest of the weekend, so I think this is just gonna be so nice to get everything done, and when my roommate comes back after the 4th of July holiday, it'll be nice for her and her fiance to have hopefully they can notice a cleaner apartment. I'm gonna put on some jazz music and we're gonna get started. All right, yeah, it's been a year since this has been put up. And it's pink, it's gross, we're gonna try to wash it. I read online you're supposed to put it in the washing machine with 1 towel, detergent, and baking soda, and that's supposed to get the grime off. I'm gonna put it on delicate. Okay, to clean my hairbrush, and I thought I would throw my eyelash curler in here. This is actually my mom's. I really should just buy a new one. It's very old, but we're gonna try to clean it. I'm gonna fill the sink up with water, warm water, and do like a drop of this Branch Basics concentrate. This is how I make all of my Branch Basics products. We're just gonna do like a little drop because this stuff is strong. I also just refilled my soap dispenser using just water again and the Branch Basics soap, and now I have foaming soap, which is just really cool how that works. But make sure I took all the hair out, and then leave it sit in here for a little bit, my eyelash curler. Okay, let's see if this worked. It's wet, but it did work. This is so much cleaner. Look at this, guys. No pink, no stains. It's actually so good. Okay, you can wash your shower liners. Good to know. I'm gonna hang this up, and then we're gonna tackle washing the washing machine. Okay, guys. You see this in here? This is what we are cleaning. Oh my God, that's disgusting. It's like a lot of hair. Okay, and then I want to clean like in here, and then also I brought out the light so you guys can see better. This glass part has been getting dirty, so we are gonna put on gloves and clean this out. Putting on cleaning gloves makes me feel so cute, like I am in the 1950s. Oh my goodness. I also saw cleaning videos where they said to clean the inside with bleach. I'm just gonna use this antibacterial spray. Honestly, it wasn't as bad as I thought. Now I'm just gonna put it on a rinse and spin to get that out of there. Alrighty, you have finally made it to the content corner where I rate and review all the movies, shows, and books that I've read this past month. So we're gonna get started with the TV shows. First, we gotta take a second and talk about Bridgerton, the second half, and I actually really liked it, which may be a hot take. I feel like people right now are hating on the second half of the season. And I understand there's things that they're changing from the books, and Pollen aren't on screen as much. And so what happened to me was I watched the first episode the night that it came out, and then I was traveling the next day. So it took, I didn't get to watch the rest of the season till the following week. And so I had seen all this stuff online about how bad the second half of the season is, season 3, and I was like, oh no, like it was making me actually not want to watch the show because I was so worried that I was gonna be disappointed. But then when I was watching the final 4 episodes, I was like pleasantly enjoying it. I was like, this is cute. I loved the Featherington family in this season, which I never thought I would say, but the sisters were so funny. They gave them so many more lines that they delivered great. Spoiler alert, at the final ball when the, you know, older sisters hosted the ball and like did the butterflies and just were so proud of Penelope, and the mom was so proud of Penelope. I really loved those character developments and felt like they actually made the season. The Kate and Anthony moments were, there weren't a ton, but there was more than I was expecting. I wish they were a little bit longer, but it was still cute to see them. Loved Hyacinth and Gregory. I love how we're getting more of them. Francesca, she's gorgeous. She's not my favorite character, and I think it's gonna be interesting to see how her storyline plays out. I know that's what a lot of people are mad about. I'm not necessarily mad about that, but I also didn't read her book, so I don't have like the attachment. I stopped reading the books after Eloise's. I thought Eloise did a great job acting wise. She was phenomenal. She's a great actress. My only critiques for the season was, one, I feel like the costuming just looked very cheap. Like, I could tell that just all of the sparkles, the sequins, I'm like, did they have literal sequins back then? I bet they had like a shiny fabric, but there was so many sequins and sparkles and feathers and tulle. It just really looked cheap, and that is like not what this show is supposed to portray in my mind. I don't know if the costume director was different. I should have looked into that if it was or not, but let me know if you thought the same. I just felt like the hair and the costuming was not as gorgeous and like regal as it looked in like the first season. It was kind of just very like gaudy and flashy, and it wasn't my favorite, but I looked past that. And then the other thing that I didn't love was actually Benedict's storyline. I understand he had to like kind of go through some turmoil finding himself this season, because I think his season's going to be next, and so maybe they had to bring him to like a low point to then like bring him into his season with something to work on. But I feel like his personality and storyline and dialogue and everything was perfect in season 2. Okay, season 2, Benedict's character was everything. I loved him. Season 3, I like literally did not care about his storyline at all, and I just feel like it was lacking. I feel like they could have given him so much more, and I was just disappointed in that. But I hope his season's amazing because I loved his book, and I'm excited to see who they choose for Sophie. Overall, like I said, an 8 out of 10. Let me know your thoughts. I know we have a lot of Bridgerton stans who follow me, which is great because I love Bridgerton, and I was happy with it. But also the ending, I'm like, are we not gonna have Julie Andrews narrating Whistledown anymore because everyone knows it's Penelope? Like, I love Julie Andrews. That was one of my favorite parts of the show, was that she was the narrator, Whistledown's voice. So I'm just interested to see what they're gonna do in season 4, but we're not getting that till 2026. So, you know, I can't think about it too much because then I just get sad. Okay, the only other thing I have written down that I watched this month was Maxton Hall, which I haven't finished yet. I've only seen the first 3 or 4. I've watched like the first half of this season, which is actually, I believe it's a German show that has just been really taking off in the US. It's on Amazon Prime, and it's cute. It's a little high school, kind of is like a British Gossip Girl. I'm enjoying it, and I'm excited to continue watching it. I just haven't watched it for a few weeks. I've kind of put it on pause to watch Bridgerton and things, so I got to get back into it. Okay, now let's get into what I have a lot to say about, because I read 6 books this month, and it's all thanks to one series, okay? And then another extra book at the end. But 5 out of the 6 books were the Chestnut Springs series by Elsie Silver. The first book, also I read all these on Kindle, so I don't have the covers to show you, but the first book is called Flawless. It's based on this ranch that I actually didn't realize till like the 4th book, but the ranch is in Canada, so it's not like an American ranch, it's like Canadian ranch, but doesn't matter really with this book. It could take place anywhere. But it is such a great small town romance series. It's cowboys and bull riders and ranchers, but not cheesy. I normally don't like the cowboy bull riding books, okay, the romance books. It's just usually not my cup of tea because they're like so cheesy to me. But these, yeah, they had, of course, every romance book is gonna have a cheesy sentence or a note, but overall, I don't know what she put in this series and what she put in these books, but Elsie Silver is like slowly becoming my new favorite romance author because each one of these books was so good. I rated it either a 4 or a 5, and 2 reasons that you know I love these books is, 1, I don't think I've ever read a series this fast I literally read all 5 books within 3 weeks. Some of these books I read in 2 days, and they're not short books. These books are at least 400 pages, okay? And so the second point is, if you guys have watched my reading reviews, you know I'm not a fan of romance books being longer than 350 pages, okay? I think once they hit 400 pages, it gets so boring. Usually the plots don't need that much of length. There's the conflict in like the half to 3/4 part of the book, and then there's the resolution. But what I liked about all of these in this series is there was always a tiny second conflict that, or something like a surprise or a twist that came at the end of the books that always like kept me engaged for those last 100 pages. So thank you, Elsie Silver. All these other books need to follow suit, because I was so interested for every character, for every storyline. They're of course all connected, and my camera's gonna die, so let me go through these quickly. Flawless is the first in the series, and I rated it 4 stars total. It's basically about a famous bull rider on this ranch in the middle of nowhere, but he's very famous, and the main female character is actually his publicist's daughter. So she has to travel around with him and make sure that he, you know, is good in the press, because he's kind of a bad boy bull rider. The second book is his oldest brother, who is a single dad. So it's a single dad story, and the plotline for this is the single dad, the rancher, needs a nanny, and Summer from the first book, her best friend, comes into town and becomes the nanny. I give this book 5 stars. This was actually my favorite one out of all 5, was the second book. I just loved Cade, the main male character. So good. Powerless is the third book, and I gave this one 4 stars. This one is about kind of like this adopted brother in the family with one of their like distant cousins. It's a hockey player ballerina romance, so very cute. This is also friends to lovers. Number 4 is called Reckless, and I gave this one 4 stars as well. This is actually the first book's sister, Summer's sister Winter, funnily enough, along with like one of the bull rider friends, Theo, that you'll meet in the first book. So of course they're all connected. This one is also had a really great like plot point at the beginning of the book that I was not expecting, and made for a great, unique romance story. I really liked this one. And then Hopeless is the last book. I gave this one 5 stars. People say that this is one of their least favorites in the series, but it was one of my favorites. I loved this. This one is about the middle brother, Beau. Sorry, my camera died, but I couldn't leave you guys hanging, so we took a little break while it charged, and now I'm back to finish out this video. Let me pull up my notes again. So book 5 is Beau's story. He is the middle brother of the family. He is a military veteran, and he also is going through some PTSD. So it does have that as an element throughout the story of like his recovery, and the main female character is kind of helping him through that. It is a fake engagement trope. Basically, he proposes that they pretend that they're getting engaged because she is disliked in the town. She is this young girl who works at a bar, but like no one will hire her because her family's not the best. Her brothers and dad are kind of known for being like the town like bad guys. Like they're just like not well liked. They do dumb stuff. They get in trouble. And so she is looked down upon by everyone in the town. But he's like, you know, if you take my last name, everyone will start liking you, kind of thing. And so that is the whole premise of that book. And overall, like I said, all of these were 4 to 5 star reads for me, which is crazy because I rarely also give 5 stars to just modern contemporary romance books. There was only one other romance book this year that I gave 5 stars to, and that was The Bodyguard. Normally I give those like fantasy books or thriller books, ones that like have crazy great writing and plot lines. But these were so good, and I honestly think I'm going to be chasing the high of this series for a while. And I already started reading Elsie Silver's newest book that came out in April that's not based in this series, but I'm excited to see if it lives up to Chestnut Springs. So, okay, the last book I read this month that I just finished, and I read this really quickly. I actually read it almost all in one sitting on my way back from Pennsylvania, and it is Powerful, which is the novella to Powerless. It is by Lauren Roberts. This is a shorter book, so a novella is like 200 to 300 pages, which was really great for my reading goal. I rate this book a 3.5 to a 4 star. I don't know exactly where it's at, I think because I read it so quickly, it was like hard for me to process, but 3.5 to 4 star. spoilers coming if you haven't read Powerless. And if you haven't read Powerless, I highly recommend to read it because it's one of my favorite books of the year. It's so good. And the sequel, Reckless, comes out July 2nd. This is also funny because the books that I just mentioned in that Chestnut Springs series, there's a book called Powerless and a book called Reckless, but they are so different that you probably won't get them confused. I wanted to read the novella because a new character is introduced that I think is going to be in the second book, Reckless, a lot. So this book, the novella, actually goes back in time in the first book, and it's like a other timeline, a dual timeline book. So while the book Powerless is going on, this book is also going on, but it's following the best friend, Peyton's best friend, Adina. And if you don't remember, she's the seamstress. She makes the ball gowns for Peyton, for Peyton in the trials. And so this is like Adina's little love story, and we get to know a little bit more about her and her experience while Peyton was in the trials. Very sweet, very cute. It's like a sunshine, grumpy sunshine trope. So sweet. I really liked reading this, and the end, which if you've read Powerless, you know the ending. And so reading that again from Adina and Mac's perspective in this book was heart-wrenching, and I was crying. I did cry. It takes a lot for a book to make me cry, and the writing was just so beautiful in those last few chapters that I couldn't help it. It was so sad, but it makes me really excited for Reckless, and I'm glad that Adina got more of a moment. She got her own little book, and like I said, I think it was setting up a lot of things for the second book. So I'm excited. I will definitely do a recap and a review of Reckless in my August reset because I'm planning on reading it in July when it comes out. That is all for this July reset. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you have an amazing July. Happy Canada Day coming up to my Canadians. Happy 4th of July to my Americans, and happy summer. All right, I will see you guys in my next video very soon. Thank you all so much for watching. See you then. Bye.